Hello, my name is Mohammed Umar. Today we'll talk about the two cracking tools. One is John the Ripper and another one is Cain and Abel. I installed these tools. When you install from the PC, it found in the lab just like in the C. Yeah, you can see that. I'll show you where I install this. You can see here you are installed in the name of John. So when you want to run this one, so you need to open the command prompt. For the command prompt, use cmd command. Here you need to write cd / for the directory. Here you write the cd John, because I save the name of John. Here you come in the John. I'll need to tell something about the John. John is basically password cracking tool which are used to combine the power window and the dictionary attack and brute force attack. For the John Ripper is also available for most common platforms like Google, everything. If you talk about the time of the cracking a password by using the John, it depends on the length of the password. If the length of the password is just like more, it takes more time as compared to the length of the password. The complexity of the password is also depend on the time of the John cracking time. And we need to discover about it will take more than your, it's like if the password is too long and complex, so it will take more than your life. It's like to crack the password. So often used in enterprise to detect weak password that could put network security at risk also. In further we'll discuss about the case Mr. Groman. He want to develop your shops online because he hired a developing team for the installation. So the countermeasure of the password is that while you're using the John the Ripper and the Cain and Abel, you need to just like educate your user education. It's like who is using this password, who is using the PC and network. So you need to educate the user by giving the workshop like how they can set your strong password, that password which is hard to guess. It's like we need to secure yourself. How we can set the password if the password is too long, so maybe it is hard to crack. So the other thing is dynamic password. Dynamic password means that one-time password, dynamic password and static password which provide the high level of security. In one-time password, when login in the system, it required new password. Just like every time you need to change the password again and again. And second one is user password countermeasure is that password encryption. Password encryption protection include the hash functions and salt. Hash function just like take various size input and return fixed size of output. And hash value, this ensure that only change in hash input data will result in different hash value. So now we can use these technique to secure your password, everything. So how we can use this tool? I already installed this tool on my PC and you can see there are some command I will discuss in the report when you write tell something about the John the Ripper. Now other tool is that basically I think so I use both of the tools, Cain and Abel and just like John the Ripper. But the easy to use is John the Ripper is hard to use. So either your user has less knowledge, he can't use this one. So that in this easy to use, Cain and Abel is more comfortable. So if talk about the other tool, so I'll show you. The other tool is that I download the Cain and Abel also. Cain and Abel, the best thing of the Cain and Abel is that Cain and Abel is the graphical interface, so it is easy to use. There's a list of you can see in the decoder down here, cache password, how we can cache this one. So you can see if you want to crack a wireless password, so you can use it easily. So go to the here and you go to the sniffer. Basically I can't just like crack the password here because it's the most secure place here where I'm sitting MIT here, so I can't crack this one. So you can use this one here, LS secret here, go on network. Macro, if you want to use macro window network, so you can use this one for the password cracking. Let's see what happened here because you use here. So you need to configure here first because I think so it takes some time. If you talk about the cracking time of the Kn-Enable, it will take more time. It's like it's also depend on the length of the password and complexity of the password. If the password is just not too much length, it's 6 characters, you take on 30 seconds to crack the password. If the length of the password is complex, so it will take too much time. Just like maybe just like John the Ripper, maybe for the long time. And in our case scenario, John the Ripper is not too much in IT knowledge, so he can use Kn-Enable. Otherwise, talk about the development team, he is a knowledge about it everything, so he can use John the Ripper. And talk about the FTP web server, line server. For security of the e-commerce website, there is some it's like penetration tool for the FTP, check the vulnerabilities on the vulnerability check that. So we can use the PTES and OSSTMS. All assessment include the OWS secure code best practice overview, can penetrate your website everything, so for the testing purpose. Now I'm going to and if the last thing is that in our case scenario, I will recommend already John the Ripper is hard to use, though Mr. Gromer can't use them because it's a shopping online system here, so it is hard to implement, hard to use this one. You talk about the development purpose, so check the John the Ripper is good and Kn-Enable for the good for the Mr. Gromer. So check the vulnerabilities. So the vulnerabilities on the website, e-commerce website, to penetration testing. So you can use these things to penetrate a test, website penetration testing, and that I know all the sum of that. I just sum up all the video. I hope so. You will. I try my best to give my best to check how to use the John the Ripper, how to use the Kn-Enable, how to FTP server, and Linux space, everything. In the case scenario, Mr. Gromer, web shop online, everything. Hope so you will like it.